The ultimate aim of the ego is not to see something, but to be something. Sexual self-restraint is only a preliminary stage in the ego's evolution. Words, without power, is mere philosophy. If faith is lost, there is no security and there is no life for him who does not adhere to religion. I have seen the movement of the sinews of the sky, and the blood coursing in the veins of the moon. But only a brief moment is granted to the brave, 1 breath or 2, whose wage is the long nights of the grave. I lead no party, I follow no leader. I have given the best part of my life to careful study of Islam, its law and polity, its culture, its history and its literature. It is the nature of the self to manifest itself. In every atom slumbers the might of the self. Why should I ask the wise men, whence is my beginning? I am busy with the thought, where will be my end? Become dust, and they will throw thee in the air, become stone, and they will throw thee on glass. I am a hidden meaning made to defy the grasp of words, and walk away with free will and destiny. As living, revolutionary clay. The truth is that the religious and the scientific processes, though involving different methods, are identical in their final aim. Both aim at reaching the most real. Conduct, which involves a decision of the ultimate fate of the agent, cannot be based on illusions. The standpoint of the man who relies on religious experience for capturing reality must always remain individual and incommunicable. Ends and purposes, whether they exist as conscious or subconscious tendencies, form the rap and woof of our conscious experience. It may, however, be said that the level of experience to which concepts are inapplicable cannot yield any knowledge of a universal character, for concepts alone are capable of being socialized. But the perception of life as an organic unity is a slow achievement, and depends for its growth on a people's entry into the main current of world events. Rise above sectional interests and private ambitions. Pass from matter to spirit. Matter is diversity, spirit is light, life and unity. Destiny is the prison and chain of the ignorant. Understand that destiny, like the water of the Nile, water before the faithful, blood before the unbeliever. The wing of the falcon brings to the king, the wing of the crow brings him to the cemetery. Be not entangled in this world of days and nights, thou hast another time and space as well. Man is primarily governed by passion and instinct. When truth has no burning, then it is philosophy. When it gets burning from the heart, it becomes poetry. It is true that we are made of dust, and the world is also made of dust. But the dust has motes rising. The thought of a limit to perceptual space and time staggers the mind. Thou art not for the earth, nor for the heaven, the world is for thee, thou art not for the world. Inductive reason, which alone makes man master of his environment, is an achievement, and when once born it must be reinforced by inhibiting the growth of other modes of knowledge. The soul is neither inside nor outside the body, neither proximate to nor separate from it. Physiologically less violent and psychologically more suitable to a concrete type of mind. Art, if the object of poetry is to make men, then poetry is the air of prophecy. Why hast thou made me born in this country, the inhabitant of which is satisfied with being a slave? Unbeliever is he who follows predestination, even if he be Muslim. Faithful is he, if he himself is the divine destiny. Plants and minerals are bound to predestination. the faithful is only bound to the divine orders. Since love first made the breast an instrument of fierce lamenting, by its flame my heart was molten to a mirror, like a rose I pluck my breast apart, that I may hang this mirror in your sight. In the first period, religious life appears as a form of discipline which the individual or a whole people must accept as an unconditional command without any rational understanding of the ultimate meaning and purpose of that command. Thus, passing through the infinite varieties of space, we reach the divine space, which is absolutely free from all dimensions and constitutes the meeting point of all infinities. The ego is partly free, partly determined, and reaches fuller freedom by approaching the individual who is most free, God. But inner experience is only one source of human knowledge. Vision without power does bring moral elevation but cannot give a lasting culture. People who have no hold over their process of thinking are likely to be ruined by liberty of thought. If thought is immature, liberty of thought becomes a method of converting men into animals. Nations are born in the hearts of poets, they prosper and die in the hands of politicians. Islam is itself destiny and will not suffer destiny. A wrong concept misleads the understanding, a wrong deed degrades the whole man, and may eventually demolish the structure of the human ego. The scientific observer of nature is a kind of mystic seeker in the act of prayer. God is not a dead equation. Divine life is in touch with the whole universe on the analogy of the soul's contact with the body. If the object of poetry is to make men, then poetry is the air of prophecy. I have never considered myself a poet. I have no interest in poetic artistry. Though the terror of the sea gives to none security, in the secret of the shell, self-preserving we may dwell. Indeed, in view of its function, religion stands in greater need of a rational foundation of its ultimate principles than even the dogmas of science. The immediacy of mystic experience simply means that we know God just as we know other objects. God is not a mathematical entity or a system of concepts mutually related to one another and having no reference to experience. Yet higher religion, which is only a search for a larger life, is essentially experience and recognized the necessity of experience as its foundation long before science learned to do so. But the universe, as a collection of finite things, presents itself as a kind of island situated in a pure vacuity to which time, regarded as a series of mutually exclusive moments, is nothing and does nothing. The ultimate purpose of religious life is to make this evolution move in a direction far more important to the destiny of the ego than the moral health of the social fabric which forms his present environment. Another way of judging the value of a prophet's religious experience, therefore, would be to examine the type of manhood that he has created, and the cultural world that has sprung out of the spirit of his message.